Alright guys, welcome back to the Taj Mahal. It's Wednesday the 5th of January, and I'm not even going to talk about the weather. I'm sick of talking about the weather. So we're going to move right into working back on this 68 TR250 project. And one of my viewers, Ralph, suggested that I do a grill fit check. And I'd love to do that, Ralph. The only problem is I can't get into my trailer because all the locks are frozen. So that's going to have to wait till we get a warmer day for me to be able to get in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll just keep continuing on with doing some repairs that I know that are required on this car. And as mentioned yesterday, I'm not liking this little blob of stuff here on the front of this front valance. So I think we're going to investigate what's wrong with this picture. And I can pretty much tell from behind. Looking behind, you're not going to be able to see this. I don't think anyway. But it's pretty rusty. Oh, I guess you can see that. So you can see a rusted area back in here. And obviously that blob of stuff out front is covering this rusted area. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut that out. And we're going to repair that as best as possible. So that's going to be our job, our first job of the day anyway, is to repair that little area. Hopefully it goes not too bad and we don't open up another kettle of worms, but anyway, we'll cut that out and we'll weld in a new piece there. So that'll be the first job of the day. Then we'll figure out what to do after that. Alright guys, I think our best course of action is to break out the small Dremel cutting disc and cut it from the inside of that panel. So I've got you sort of trained on that area, hopefully. You can see that there. Maybe I'll zoom you in a little bit if I can. And we'll see if we can get that area cut out. A little bit difficult access in there. So maybe not a big shocker, but huge piece of brazed in, really thick edge metal. I'm not sure if you can see that or not on the camera, but yeah, not looking good. Anyway, we'll continue to grind off the rest of that lump at the front, and we'll see what's around the rest of the area there. It's not looking good. I just hope I have something to weld to afterwards. So here's what it looks like they've done. Again, they've just brazed an old patch over the top of existing metal just to cover up the rust hole. So you can see a layer in here. Let me just move that. This is all like layered metal here, you know, with the brass on the outside. So what I'm going to try to do is grind all this brass away. Obviously get rid of that scrap metal and see what's underneath. This edge down here needs a lot of work as well. It's got a lot of brazing down here in the corner, and I'm going to need to be able to clean that up in order to be able to weld something in there. So anyway, again, grinder access, you can't really get in there. I did bend up the tab that holds the grill. Don't want to break that off, nor do I want to take a risk of relocating it somewhere else. So we're going to leave that there. So we'll break the little Dremel out with the grinding disc on that, and we'll go to town and see if we can clean this area up a little bit. Okay guys, here's a look where we're at. I managed to get, I think, most of the brazing ground out from around here, so here's what we're left with. I have no idea why these guys don't repair these cars properly in the first place. It was such a minor repair that they could have done much better versus putting a huge patch over the top of it and screwing everything else up. But I guess what you did back in the day when you basically brazed patches in over top of old rusty metal. Anyway, I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a two-part patch, I guess. We're going to replace this back piece first. And if you can see here, there's a bit of a flange that runs on top of this back piece. So it doesn't run the whole way across. I've just looked at the other side. It actually ends about an inch away from the end of the front valance. So we basically just need to weld in a small patch here to sort of fake it, this little closing flange here across the bottom. So we'll probably just put a little piece of metal in there afterwards. We'll have to sort of sculpt it in here where I've ground out. Anyway, we'll try to make that look a little better than it is. It will look better than it was regardless when I'm done, I'm sure. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better, and that's the only thing I can do. So we'll go ahead and we'll probably get a piece of cardboard and make a template. We're going to actually try to cut the template so I've got the bottom of the hole back in here, so I don't have to file or Dremel that back out. So we'll see what we can do as far as that's concerned. The metal's a little bit wavy here. I've just tried to get a hammer and dolly in behind there just to punch it out a little bit, but anyway, that's about the best as I can do. So we'll make that patch and we'll prepare to get it welded in. There's the little template we've made for that front valance patch, and we've just got it scribed out on the metal, and I think we're going to try to cut it out with some hand shears. So we'll give that a go, grind it down and see if it fits. Alright guys, we managed to get that patch welded in, so doesn't look too bad. I've got the hole fairly round. Anyway, we're going to grind that down, and then we're going to work on that little flange piece just to finish it. So we'll break out the Dremel again. Alright guys, I'm pretty happy with the repair so far. There's the patch in there. So now we're going to work on just the addition of this little flange piece down the bottom. So I'm just going to, like I said, fake a little flange here, and the only issue I'm probably going to have is with the grinding to get it completely flush, but we'll see what we can do. I mean, it doesn't look bad the way it is, but if we could just do a little flange piece there, it'd make me a little bit happier. So let's see what we can do. So the last part of this is just that little flange patch, and this is what I'm talking about. Just something like, pretty much like that, which is going to finish that flange. Not quite all the way to the end because it doesn't finish all the way in, but just something like that. So like I said, the only issue I'm probably going to have is with the grinding of this, but anyway, we'll do the best we can. So let's make a little tiny patch, and we'll weld that guy in and see if we can grind it down flush. Alright guys, it's been probably about a couple hours on this little area, but I think we've got it looking pretty good. So we've got that new little flange piece put in the front, and I think that looks not bad. I was able to grind it down okay. And obviously that repair looks a lot better than that big blob of grazing that was on there. So yeah, I think we're pretty happy with that. I think what I'll do is I'll just clean up the inside of this as best as I can, just on the inside, and we'll move on to another area. Alright guys, back in the garage after a quick bite of dinner, and I think we're going to start working on repairing the flange holes. As you recall, I had 15 holes drilled in this flange. I need 8 for the fender mounting, so we're going to fill the ones we don't need and obviously keep the ones that we do. There's also a little repair I need to do here, and you can see this is kind of rusted out. You can actually see a through hole. This is actually the drain hole for the scuttle, but you can actually see that this is actually going to be draining back into the engine compartment because it's actually rusted just below this hole. So what I need to do here is I need to cut a little patch out here and replace this so we can fix that. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Again, who knows what lies beneath, but we'll get there in a minute. Alright, this little insignificant little hole, as per usual, is turned into something more substantial, and now looks something like this. So I could see that there was a bunch of Bondo in the corner here, so I got my screwdriver out and started chipping away the Bondo, and of course that then revealed a huge hole behind the Bondo. So now we're obviously into a more significant repair. Not sure how far it goes, but so obviously we have another area to repair, and I think what we're going to have to do now is we're going to actually have to cut this section out. So we'll probably do like what you did with the other side. We'll actually cut this flange out. You can see this is being brazed. I think you can probably see that. It's been brazed all the way along the top to seal this flange. So I'm not sure if this is going to be double piece of metal or whether the guy's done one piece of metal here. I have to check, but anyway, regardless, we're gonna have to cut this somewhere. I'm thinking probably somewhere, I might just try to rescue this by cutting it here and then removing the rest of this piece so I can get to this corner and then start working on reconstructing this corner over here. So anyway, we'll keep the cutting wheel out and we'll continue to cut away until we get some good metal. So we keep chasing this patch area back. You can see now that I've got a hole on the top and we've got a hole on the side, so we're going to have to cut out this top piece as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So hopefully this will stop at some point. Anyway, we'll go and cut that out. Okay, I think I'm going to go inside now. Can of worms 2. It's hard to even figure out what pieces of metal come together, overlap, join, etc. It's just a frickin' mess, including on the inside of the A-post here as well. So this is going to be a hugely complex patch. And you know what? It's beyond my thinking tonight about how I'm going to go about this, so I really am going to go inside and just not do any more on this car tonight. A little bit frustrated, but you know, started with a little tiny pinhole and end up with this disaster over here. So anyway, I think we might chip away a little bit more of the bad stuff and see what we're left with, and then go inside. So we may poke and prod a bit more and try to clean that area up, see how bad it really is. It looks bad already. I'm sure it'll look worse in the next few minutes. Yep, I'm going in. If you think this is bad on the outside, you should see the inside. I won't show you that right now. All I know is that I was seeing a bunch of seam sealer in here. That sort of pink stuff looks like Bondo or seam sealer. I believe that is part of the drain channel for the scuttle, or the drain pocket for the scuttle inside, that somebody's just sealed up the edges with seam sealer. So anyway, I'm not going to go any further tonight. I really do need to take a break, and instead of just chipping away, I need to understand how this is going to go back together. Like I said, there's so many overlaying pieces of metal that I really need to figure out what belongs to what part and how I'm going to go about rebuilding this structure. I mean, I can see 3 or 4 layers of metal just right here in this area. So anyway, well, didn't expect that. We'll sleep on it and hopefully get back out here tomorrow. Have a good night.